Muscleman 1953 here. Tonight I feel kind of compelled to talk to you about teen pregnancies. Now, first off, yes, I am a man talking to you about teen pregnancies, blah blah blah. Now, I don't really care what you guys think. I am a guy, and I feel like as a human being, a responsible human being, I should talk to you guys about it. Now, with pregnancies, it's one of the most complicated situations any human being is going to go through. First off, who to tell? First off, the only people that you should tell are your parents. Now, think very long and hard about how you're going to tell it to them, because once you tell them, you're not going to have a second chance. There may be just some judgment no matter what they say, but they're your parents and they're going to love you no matter what you say. But you still want to choose your words carefully so you don't stress them out. You don't want to say, "Hey guys, I'm pregnant, please get over and still love me, give me my blah blah blah." No, you want to talk to them they're going to be considerate of you, so be sure to be considerate about how softly you want to break the news to them. Take your time thinking about it. You basically have until you start showing to talk about it, so just do it right. Don't try to freak them out or do anything to shock them like that or anything, but there is going to be shock, but this is your situation and you can control how much shock goes into it when you're talking to them. Now, when you're choosing who to tell outside of family, I would highly recommend telling people you've known the longest. The people that you've known the longest are probably going to be more deserving of your trust than people you've known for only a couple of months or a couple of years, because they've known you the longest and they've really had time to get to know the wonderful person that you can be. And they're going to want to help you a huge amount, throughout your pregnancy and afterwards when you have the child and you're making your decision. Now, depending on how young you are when you're pregnant, there are a lot of options that people talk about, a lot of controversial options. Now, I personally do not really have an opinion of abortion. I used to think abortion meant there are reduced chances of being able to get pregnant again. I found that out to be false in a class I was taking. So abortion is an option, but you also want to think about what your views on it are, whether you're a Christian, whether you're pro-life, or you don't really want to be pregnant at your young age. You can put up the child for adoption, which I feel is the most responsible decision. But also, talk to people that want to adopt the baby. Think about open adoption. Are you going to want to see the child after it's born and after it's been adopted? Now, some people aren't really open to that idea, but just because there aren't some people, some people don't want that to be the case when they adopt the child, doesn't mean that all people aren't like that. A lot of people can be understanding of why you would want to see your own child, so consider that as your option when thinking about adoption. Now, I think that when you're pregnant, one decision has to be made depending on how young you are, and it's going to be made sooner or later, so take your time, but also don't wait until the last minute to make this decision. Depending on how young you are, what you're going to do after the child is born, think about what you're going to do education-wise. Are you going to decide to be homeschooled? Are you are you going to decide to stay in school? But also, one thing, your parents are going to help you out, but one thing that you need to make sure that you do not do is just think that they're going to take it all on themselves to raise your child on their money. I just don't really think that's responsible at all. In fact, I think it's a very bad decision to make, to think that your parents are going to raise your child when you should be the one to raise it. But also, they're going to help you. So, next, when you're talking to your parents, again, they're going to be understanding, but they're going to also need some time. So after you tell them, there may be some awkward moments. There may not be, depending on how strong your relationship with them is. So just be open-minded, and like whatever religious views you have, like whether you're of Jewish descendants or Christian, Catholic, whatever, it would be best to talk to whoever's leader of your church, because whoever your deity is, like spiritual advice can really help you a lot in this sort of situation. And for parents of children that may watch this video, like just because teenagers want to talk about pregnancy, don't just assume they're pregnant. Just think about it might be time to have the talk or anything like that. Just talk to them. They're your children, and you know you love them. So just talk to them and just give them all the knowledge you can about what you know about the subject, because it's better for them to know everything they can than to just be afraid of where they're going to learn this stuff. It's better for them to hear from you and saying than them hearing about learning about it right after them getting pregnant. So I guess that's really the best advice I can give on the subject. So I guess that's all. Please feel free to comment, subscribe, yada yada yada. This is Muscleman1953 signing off. Have a good evening.